Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy on this Friday. Gonna get done on Friday the 13th. What? Spooky. I'm just a casual 47 minutes late to my own show. Why am I a casual 47 minutes late to my own show? Well, we'll break it down here today. Also talking about Friday the 13th because I've always thought that is such a fun date. Got some spooky things rolled up my sleeves. Also, today is World Kindness Day. So maybe it being Friday the 13th and it being World Kindness Day kind of balances out. Maybe. Also, there was an episode of Mandalorian that was dropped last night, also known as this morning, also known as Disney Plus. Can you please just pick a time and stick to it and make that time not 12:15 Pacific Standard in the morning? It's so confusing, but I stay up for you anyway. So we will be doing a spoiler-free review on the show and then a spoiler-filled review on Patreon right after this. Yeah. Also, for you newbies who have not been paying attention the last couple days, we are officially now on podcast because Roxy stepped up her game. She entered the 21st century and she decided to be a badass, aka just a regular person, because I hear that more people have podcasts than there are people on the planet, or there are more podcasts than people on the planet. So who knows if that's an actual real statistic, but apparently I'm one of them now. So if you are listening to this, rate, comment, subscribe. If you are watching this, rate, comment, subscribe. If you are in here live or after the fact, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer if you want your comment read on air. That is the best way to financially support me at this time. And if you guys are unable to do that, I completely understand, because guess what? We're in a motherfucking global pandemic. I would understand even if we weren't in a pandemic, but the fact that we are in a pandemic means that everybody's situation is a little bit different. And it's tough times for all for one and one for all. All right. That's kind of the anthem of today. All right. So I woke up this morning, got yourself a gun. No, that's not what I did. That's Sopranos. That's what Sopranos did. I woke up this morning and I got myself a yoga mat. I didn't purchase a new yoga mat. Oh, guys, interesting development. Pause on the yoga story. Since I've been uploading to audio, I'm really excited because I learned a new thing. And that thing is a weird tick that I do. I wonder if you guys have noticed this. When I'm transitioning topics, I do this thing where I go, what is that? Do I do that in life? Have I been doing that for years and nobody said that to me? I've been recording podcasts for other companies, Screen Junkies, Rotten Tomatoes, Skybound, Collider, AfterBuzz, Popcorn Talk. I have recorded so many podcasts for so many companies, but I don't actually do the audio uploading. So I never had to listen carefully. And all of a sudden, I started listening and I've been doing this. Like, it's almost like I'm sucking the saliva out of my mouth. I mean, that's got to be brutal for you guys listening. Going in between topics. I wonder if I do that to my friends. Like, how could you guys have not told me that I'm a slurper? I'm a fucking topic changing slurper. That's what I am. So we got to stop that because it kind of sounds gross. If I'm going to slurp, it's going to be because I'm drinking my tea, not because I'm just a slurpy McBitch. You know, it's just not a good look. Also, now every time I say look, am I supposed to say Luke? L-E-W-K. I'm still not hip with that term. Oh, it's a good Luke. And also, shouldn't Luke just be L-U-K-E? Guys, massive moment on this show. Huge moment for Live at the Roxy because somebody incredible just entered the chat. And if he knows that I've been a slurping bitch all this time and hasn't said anything to me, we're going to have beef. Mr. J. Washington in the house. I fucking clap like Nicole Kidman. I mean, this is just shit on Roxy Day, but what is with some of my mannerisms? Who knows? Who knows what this is? Is this just like how all white women clap? I don't want to be that. You know, I just don't want to do it. Can the Jews do it a little differently? Like, I feel like I got to make it more of a cup. More of a cup situation. Jay says that he hasn't noticed. I feel like that's not true. Guys, it's literally, as I was listening to it, it literally was like, okay, and that's all we have for topic 1. And on to topic 2 now. Woof. Woof. This is why they say not to listen to yourself. But actually, to be perfectly honest with you guys, and don't tell anybody I said this, except for the 1,000+ people who are watching or do watch the show, I kind of like the sound of my voice. I hated the sound of my voice for so many years, but I've been broadcasting for 11 years now, and I've broadcasted for 11 years, more than 40 hours a week. That's a lot of time to listen to yourself. So I kind of fell in love with my own voice. It's like a prepubescent boy to man, raspy voice, and it's mine, and I love it, even though it's fucking annoying and kind of like the person who sounds like me sounds like she bitches a lot. Like, you know? It's like, Jay says, laugh my ass off. I mean, you might need to say sponsored by Slurpees. Oh my God. I do get this extra saliva in my mouth though. Like right now I have the urge to do the slurp. Does this happen to you guys? It usually only happens to me when I am ripping the bong or when I'm about to take a shot of whiskey or something, where I build up extra saliva in my mouth and I don't know what to do with it. It doesn't swallow like normal saliva. It like stores itself in my cheeks. And then I have to decide, like, am I gonna like gulp it or am I gonna slurp? Because I don't really have an in-between option. I either have to do the gulp or do the slurp. None of this is relevant to what we were going to talk about on the show today, but sometimes things take precedence, and how my saliva sits in my mouth is clearly the most important thing that we are talking about on the show today. Going back to why I am going up relatively late, not just relatively late, just straight up late. I mean, I'm almost 50 minutes late to my own show, so I just tried to make myself feel better. It's just relatively late. I mean, I guess it's relatively late in terms of the fact that we've been on the planet for billions of years. How long's the planet been around? Millions of years? Has the planet been here for millions or billions? Things that I don't know. I also the other day was like, there are millions of people on this planet. And then I was like, maybe I mean billions of people. There are 7 billion people on this planet. Who the fuck knew? Who knew? Who knew there are 7 billion people? And who knew that 500 million people got the Spanish flu? Just throwing random facts your way today, guys. Just working on those random facts. But once again, I digress. The reason I was late for the show today was I woke up, I was doing my thing, I had some yoga to do and some self-reflection to do, and all the things during quarantine when you are 100% alone for most of the time and you live by yourself and you wake up and you feel that like anxiety in your chest, that thing to do. And then I was like, oh shit, got to go back to my grandparents. So I had to run to my grandparents. But who would have thought that there would be traffic in LA during the pandemic? Every time I get in the car, I forget that people are just living their normal lives. People are getting up and going to work, and LA is slammed. It's insane in the membrane. Like LA, the streets are crowded. So what is typically a 20-minute drive for me to get to my grandparents took me 45 minutes each way. And then all of a sudden I'm mad late for my own show. But at least I got to go see them for a second. I saw them last night as well, and they're doing very well. I'm happy to report. So that is good. Love your friend, Slurpee McBurpee. Except not burpee, because you guys know I can't burp. Although I've been working on it, and I have to tell you guys, I have made a small amount of progress. I feel like it's coming. I've got the breath in thing. You hear like it almost comes to that peak, but then nothing comes out. We could try again. Ready? You see, it's not coming out. It's the burp sound going in. Trying one more time for you audio listeners. See, it's like that crack. Is that just what a burp is? Because no air is coming outwards. It's just going inwards. Is she losing it, guys? Be honest. Don't lie to me. Be real with me. Is she losing it? I think we all know what the answer to that is. Let's jump into the Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Oh, you guys are freaking amazing. Starting with Texas Teacher, who tells us that he's still clean and sober. That's what we like to hear, Texas Teacher. Oh, we root for you so hard, and I'm so happy to hear that. But I'm here with my homework for LD. Okay, so going back to yesterday's show, remember LD wanted to know what Shakespearean monologue she should be working on for her audition. And she asked Texas teacher because Shakespeare is his jam and he's a teacher, so he probably has good recs. So this is what he said. Based on your age, which is 18, I would say in that ballpark for her, you don't go basic with your choice. No Juliet, no Desdemona, no Kate. That is what everyone does. Stand out. Go Portia from Merchant of Venice. I love Act 1, Scene 2, quote, if to do were as easy as to know, end quote. It shows youth and spunk. If you want to be a little sexy, go Cleopatra and Antony and Cleopatra, Act 5, Scene 2, eat no meat. That was a quote. Or Miranda from Tempest, Act 1, Scene 2, if by your art. That is what I would love to see more young actresses do. Hope this helps. By the way, Roxy, I love that you are so open to help everyone. That is why you are the best. Never change and smile. Oh, Texas teacher, you so close to being the perfect comment. We don't tell women to smile anymore. Wow, did you just see how I wagged? Well, if you guys are listening on iTunes or wherever, iTunes isn't a thing anymore, Apple Podcasts, then you didn't see this. I just wagged my finger so aggressively. I kind of look like a crazy person, by the way. I was riding with the top down and my hair is like on one right now. I've got this like weird ass fucking scab on my chin that isn't a pimple. It's just like a dark spot that I'm going to have to figure out. And I've got no ass makeup on right now. I don't know why I just threw the word ass in there. I just have no makeup on. I have no ass makeup on either, but typically I don't put makeup on my ass. But I was just like wagging my finger. Yeah, so that's the deal. We don't tell women to smile anymore because we just get stopped and told to smile all the time. And sometimes we don't want to fucking smile. But Texas teacher, other than that, you're the shit. We're still super into you. You're amazing. Stay clean and sober. Thank you for all those sick ass references for LD to look into. Hopefully she takes you up on some of those. I think some great picks. And yes, Jake Iacovetta is reminding us all and keeping us, on our toes and reminding us to never forget the ass makeup. Guys, you never forget the ass makeup. I will say I have a lot of girlfriends who struggle with acne, like ass acne. I get it. It's like a sweaty area, and sometimes people who struggle with pimples get a lot of shit down there. So like if they're going to be fucking a guy, they will legit put like cover up on their ass. But I don't know. That would make me nervous because then what if you sit on something or someone and then it just gets your cover up on them? It's tough look, guys. Tough look. Chris Martinez in the super chat says, hey, yo, rocks, legit. If you want, I can edit the audio to get rid of the excess slurps and breaths. Always here to support. Chris, you're amazing. No, it's every single day, so I don't want anybody to have to do that. I just need to be better at my job. So there's that. Or you guys just need to be chill with me being a human being. And sometimes I slurp and sometimes I breathe and sometimes I talk about acne. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles, which we know is my new quarantine expression. It's brutal. LD now in the house, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider, although this is coming from 10 in the morning. So what did she have to say? She says, hey, coach, rap party was fun and it led to a few firsts. Unfortunately, orgasm was not one of these. LD, it will happen. We're rooting for you. First time to drink. Not a fan. First time at a rap party. Pretty fun. First time to try catfish. Pretty good. I had a great time with the cute PA and his boyfriend. And after the boyfriend had a few of the drinks, which I didn't care for, told me he was bi. I didn't know boys could be bi. That is so cool. I'm going to stay with them after my audition and then back home. For me, you're number one. Okay, so then LD says something else, but let's just break this down as is. LD, glad you had fun at your rap party. I feel you on not enjoying your first time drinking. You might want to give it another chance at some point. It's an acquired taste, or at least most alcohol is. But also, if you don't like it, you don't like it. And don't force yourself to, because probably healthier to not love booze. Just take it slow. Realize that everything has a different percentage. I remember the first time I got alcohol poisoning, and I have to say first time because there were a couple of times I didn't realize that there was a difference between beer and vodka in terms of what would get you more fucked up. So I took a bottle of vodka to my face because I just drank it like it was beer. Whoo-wee! So just be slow and careful and cautious. Realize what the percentages are. That hard alcohol hits you harder than beer. That wine hits you harder than beer, but not as hard as hard alcohol, just so you are a little bit aware. There's more lessons we can give here, but I'm glad that the catfish was yummy too. And yes, men of course can be bi. I don't say of course like you should have known that. I say of course like it seems like this weird thing in society where people believe that women can be bi, but men cannot be bi. If you are born, you are capable of liking whoever you like. So sometimes that's men, sometimes that's women, sometimes that's both, sometimes that's non-binary people, sometimes that's no one, sometimes you're asexual. There's all different options. And it's important for us to talk about all those. So, LD, thank you for sharing that so that other people might learn as well. LD then said, found at PA's BF has heard of you through a movie trivia show. What is that all about? Are you great with trivia? Oh my God, that's amazing. That is so cool. Also, any thoughts on a small vibrator like a rabbit? Chasing the orgasm hard sounds like it is great. Yeah, orgasms are great, LD, and I can't wait for you to have your first one. You're going to have to let us know how it goes. And yes, I have a lot of friends who have the rabbit and highly recommend it. I do not have the rabbit, but it sounds like it would probably be a good option for you. The movie trivia show is Movie Trivia Schmodown. And I am not a trivia player. I am a manager. And that's awesome that your friend knew of me through that. Love to hear it. Guys, let's hear it for LD, always opening up to us and always sharing her experiences. Absolutely love everything you have to say, LD, and we appreciate it greatly. Where's my friend Jay? Is he still in here with me? I wish he would pop on. Come spend time with me, Jay. Oh, I will tell you guys, quarantine is hitting Jay and I very similarly, I think. I look at all his tweets and his stuff and I'm like, yep, I feel that. Yep, feel that too. Yep, sounds like we are speaking the same language. Glenn Caesar in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strayer says, hello, Roxy. Love ya. Happy World Kindness Day. As always, thanks for hanging out with us again today. And not only that, thanks for always being kind to us rock stars, friends, and strangers alike, being a great friend to us, and giving us all a place to be. You're the best, RJ. I hope you and the rock stars all have a fuck yeah news-filled rest of your Friday and weekend, that you'll keep laughing and smiling with joy. Stay safe, y'all. Peace, love, bunnies, and hugs to you all. And once again, as always, hashtag smash cancer. Glenn, as always, you're the freaking best. Really appreciate that. And yeah, it is World Kindness Day. So that means even though all of you guys are kind to me for being here, and I believe I'm kind to you for being live 243 days in a row, is it? Crazy. I would love for you guys to go above and beyond today and do one kind thing at least that you weren't planning on doing today for somebody else. Just one kind thing. That could be anything from a text message, a phone call, sending somebody, I don't know, small edible arrangement, a letter. It could be if you see somebody at the grocery store struggling, or an older person at the grocery store, letting them in front of you in line. It doesn't have to be huge. It just needs to be something, because we're already trying to put kindness in the world, but the world is in a really, really bad state. I don't need to tell you guys that. You already know that. And if you can do something, anything to help people out, one kind thing, then please, please go do it. It's important. I hate when people overuse that word. This is important and that's important, but this is legit important. So just reach out, go above and beyond if you can today. For somebody, for something, anything. Oh boy, guys, Apollo 3JP in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strayer. The flip-flopper Apollo says, what's up, Roxy? How's it going? Hope you have a great weekend, and I randomly run into you and Steph. You're a real one. Apollo, man, I'm going to be with Steph this weekend. Can't believe you flipped back to her. I get it, though. Steph is great. She's the OG homie. It's true. Andrew Thomas in the super chat says, happy Friday the 13th to the always beautiful with or without makeup Roxy. There's also news of a Darkwing Duck reboot coming to Disney Plus. I feel like I already heard about that. There's no way that was announced today, right? I knew that this was coming, but how did I know this was coming? You guys let me know. And I'm excited for that. Because why the hell not? Darkwing Duck. FTW. Wow, I'm such a millennial. Okay, going back to the Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Glenn Caesar says, my stream is lagging a bit, so I don't know if you said it already. Oh, is it lagging for everybody? Let me know. But just so you can keep the daily reminders going, of course, Miles Cosgrove, Brett Hankinson, Jonathan Mattingly, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor for killing Breonna Taylor, all three of them. It's a non-negotiable on this show. You either believe that, or honestly, this probably isn't the place for you. And I don't mean that to upset anybody. I just mean that's what we've been fighting for here every single day. That's what the Rockstar community is about. And so we're going to keep talking about it on the show every day for as long as they make us, which seemingly is going to be quite a long time. Hitman Hudson in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, next time you're feeling sad, remember that you have 165 career more defensive runs saved than Derek Jeter, who retired with a horrific negative 165 career defensive runs saved. I don't think that comparing myself to Derek Jeter is going to make me feel any better. Don't think so, because he's Derek frickin' Jeter. My Disney Plus subscription expired yesterday, so I couldn't watch Mando SMH. Oh, Hitman Hudson, that sucks. I got to say, this episode was frickin' awesome, and I will be talking about it shortly on the show today. Shortly. Joseph, I see you in here talking about Grey's Anatomy. Speaking of TV shows, I haven't watched it yet, but you guys know I've watched, all 16 or however many seasons there's been, every single episode. I'm obsessed with Grey's Anatomy, so I will be watching it. It just didn't upload to my Hulu until today, and then I wasn't able to watch it in the time that I was going to because I had to go to Grammy and Papa's. But I will certainly be watching it and loving it and living for it this season, because we heard from Ellen Pompeo that this might be the last season. Woof. Ugh. Yo. Sips tea. Sips tea. Sips tea. Sips tea. Sometimes when I'm just not ready to get to the next topic or talk about the next thing, I just start repeating what I'm saying over and over again. Kind of like Family Guy. And then at some point, I feel like it gets funny. Like, how many times would I have to say sips tea for it to be funny? Okay, let's count. Sips tea. Sips tea. Sips tea. Sips tea. Sips tea. Sips tea. Okay. How many times was that? Because it got funny, right, guys? Come on, it got funny. It did. Sam Paboon says, will you want to watch MTV Challenge Double Agent on December 9th, Wednesday night? I haven't been watching the challenge for the last several seasons. However, I know my sister's been watching like crazy, and it seems like it would be fun to watch with her, even though we're 3,000 miles away from each other. I like watching the same shows like Big Brother where we call and talk about it. So I might get back on board. We will have to see. I think they announced the cast, who's going to be in it, who are the notable ones. Let me know. Let me know. There's a new DuckTales, and it's been awesome, says Murderanta. See, I'm so behind on shit like that. It's hard. It's hard to stay up to date with everything going on. With everything going on with the pandemic and the election and the grandparents and the life and the liberty and the pursuit of happiness and the Brett Hankinsons of the fucking world. Morse Code Z says, Asney almost broke at work. Chest hurts now. Well, there's Chestney too, but that's easier to cover. Asney, all that Asney. Demo says we need a Roxy shirt so we can support you. I'm pretty sure in my bio, in the description, there's a merch link, but I honestly don't even remember who made it for me. And I don't know if anybody's ever bought anything there. And if they have, I don't know that I've seen anything from it. So I know that wasn't helpful. I also know that Janine the Machine is selling a Sexy Number shirt, which I told her she was more than welcome to do after creating that design. But yeah, I should do some kind of a live at the Roxy shirt. If I did a live at the Roxy shirt or some kind of Roxy shirt, would you guys buy it if I made something and sold it on whatever those sites are, T Public, T Fury, whatever they are? Let me know by a show of bennies. Jake says you can get Rocks and Rock Stars merch at Teespring. Oh, what is that? I've never even seen it. I don't know. What shirts are there? I should check it out. You guys will have to let me know. So it is Friday the 13th, y'all. And that means that it is a fun day of the year. My birthday is on the 13th. Obviously, it's not today, but July 13th. And so I always wait for the years that it's Friday the 13th because it's a little extra spooky and fun. Also, who doesn't want their birthday to be on a Friday? Because then you can party. Not as cool as it being on Saturday, but almost as cool. And Jake says that's the one in your description. Shit. I don't know shit, Jake. I literally don't know anything. I drink and I know things, but also I don't know anything. So I always loved when my birthday was on Friday the 13th. But I remember one year when I was young, I must have been like 8 years old. We could look it up on a calendar when it was my birthday and when it was Friday the 13th. But I remember I closed a window on my finger and I got a massive, massive blood blister. If you guys ever gotten a blood blister before, A, they're gross. B, they're so fucking painful. C, when you're a kid, you can't stop poking at it and stuff. And I got this blood blister and I remember thinking, wow, it's because it's Friday the 13th. That's what happened here. And so I always on Friday the 13th had this theory that I would either like hurt myself or stupid shit would happen. But then I started kind of loving Friday the 13th. And I don't know, something eerie and weird about a global pandemic, it being Friday the 13th. So take care tonight, guys. Make sure you're a little extra safe, but also get a little spooky with it. Maybe watch that horror movie that you didn't quite get around to watching for the Halloween season. Maybe pull a little bit of a prank on somebody, but then don't forget to do something kind for somebody else. Just a little mischievous. I don't know why when I say mischievous, I kind of like shimmy my shoulders. Like a little mischievous. Let's get a little mischievous. And then this thing with my hands. Like, what is that? We really don't know. Blood blisters are the worst, Glenn. They're like really fucking annoying and gross and painful. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. Leonard Kim in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, hey, Roxy, have you indulged in any delicious smoothies recently? Your kindness is always appreciated, and the world needs more like it. By the way, the hair looks great. There's no way that the hair looks great. You're too nice to me, Leonard. I probably will get a smoothie today. I've only still had this exact one, the banana one, and I've gotten it probably 10 times since I originally got it, but I'm still kind of nervous about trying a different smoothie. So I don't think I'm quite there yet, but this one smoothie, it's working pretty well for me so far. I must say, I must admit, smoothie game strong, kind of liking it. All right. We are officially a half hour into this show, which means I want to transition into doing my spoiler-free review of Mandalorian. If you give spoilers in the chat, you'll be booted out of here forever. So spoiler-free. This is just my thoughts in general, if I liked it or if I didn't, all that stuff. And then if you want spoilers, at the $5 up tier, right after this, I'll be doing a quick spoiler review of The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 3. So, again, nobody needs to go anywhere, even if you haven't seen it. We're not doing any spoilers. And again, if you do spoil something in the chat, go fuck yourself, dude. Like, we don't fuck with that shit. If you're going to fucking be that dickhead who's going to fucking put a spoiler in the chat, then honestly, this isn't the fucking place for you, and you can go fuck yourself and get the fuck out. You know? Kind of like that. Thanks, Jake, for putting my Patreon link there. My Patreon that I am going to revamp in the next week and a half. Working on it. Working on figuring it out. World Girls inspired me. Okay. So in general, really enjoyed this episode of Mandalorian. It was my favorite this season so far. And I think that's because of the progress we made. It wasn't just a kind of a short film. I thought that the performances were really great. It was nice to see. So no spoilers. So it was just nice to see things. People, places, things. It was just nice to see things. And I think they're doing a great job. If I felt like by the third episode, we needed to move a little forward. And so that's exactly what they did. I think that I know that Jon Favreau wrote this one. I don't know that he directed this one, but he did write it and it had Jon Favreau all over it to me. I could be wrong about that, but that's what it seemed like to me. And yeah, just really good, really solid episode. If I thought so far my order would go the third episode of season 2, the third episode, the first episode, and then the second episode. So this one definitely was my favorite. Oh, Bryce Dallas Howard directed it. That's so cool. That's really cool. She did an excellent job. It was the shortest episode. Red Nax tells us it was only 30 minutes, but I never had a problem with the episode lengths in the previous season. I actually thought that the episode lengths were fine. And I felt like last week kind of dragged a little bit, and this episode did not drag. This episode kept me completely captivated the entire time. All I wanted to do was just watch. All I wanted to do was watch and stare at the screen. I didn't want to be on my phone playing games. I didn't want to do anything else. I just wanted to look at this, and it was like, whoa, damn, this badass. So yeah, it was badass. It was well executed. Good for Bryce Dallas Howard. Jon Favreau doing his thing. Mando for the win. Always loving Baby Yoda. And that is all I will say about that. So like I said, if you want my spoiler-filled review, head over to Patreon after this, patreon.com/RoxyStryer, and you can get all the additional info there. We are getting out of here in the next couple of minutes. So a few things before we get out of here. Get in your final Streamlabs, get in your final Super Chats, anything you want to be read out loud on the show. I am going to be live tomorrow at a very weird time. I don't know when exactly yet. Here's what I do know. The World Girl shoot starts at 10 a.m. So very likely I will, and that is a pre-tape. That's our in real life shoot. So you guys aren't watching at that time, but we're doing like an 8 to 10 hour shoot tomorrow. So it's at 10 a.m. So I probably will have to go up before that. So I might go up at 9 in the morning. However, if I don't have time to do that because I'm doing my makeup or figuring shit out, then I'll have to go up after that, which I'm trying not to do because tomorrow is the Smash-a-thon. And I hope everybody goes over and supports Kevin Smets for the Smash-a-thon. Jake, where is the Smash-a-thon? Can you put a link to it, please, if you can? And then I saw Paul Denuzio message me. I'm going to be doing a couple things for the Smash-a-thon. I'm not exactly positive what yet. Honestly, I'm a little confused by his message, so I'm going to have to write back to him. But definitely I will be there supporting Smets as well. And it's so important. Jake Yakoveta says, Smash-a-thon starts tomorrow. 25 plus hour stream for cancer awareness fundraiser for Kevin Smets starting at 3 Pacific time. Yeah, but Jake, where? Oh, he's putting the link. Okay, thanks, Jake. He says 1 sec. So I'm assuming he's getting it. So please go support. So I'm trying to go up before and not after because I don't want to conflict with that because that doesn't start until 3. So hopefully I can go up before. And yeah, so look out for a weird time show tomorrow. And then on Sunday, we should be back to our normal time. And then we will also be doing World Girl Wednesday, Sunday night with a couple of our patrons. All right, Glenn says this is a separate channel. So here it is. Thank you, Jake, for this link. So everybody copy and paste this to your notes or whatever you got to do to make sure that you join the Smash-a-thon tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific time. That's what's up. That's what's up. She gets so weird, guys. She really does. All right, that's all for the show today. I'll see you guys over on the Patreon for this brief Mandalorian spoiler-filled conversation. You guys can ask questions. You can comment, whatever it is that you want to say. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow, probably 9 a.m.-ish, live at the Roxy. And look out, maybe even later tonight, Steph and I are working on some TikTok-y things. So can't wait for that. As always, stay safe, stay sane, make your beds, put your toilet seat down. We know about them plumes now. Is it plumes or flumes? I keep fucking it up. We just don't want to get that shit on our toothbrush. It's a whole thing. Love you guys lots. See you tomorrow.